So hey guys, Phil with Angler Fishing. I'm going to have a really quick rundown. I didn't do a full fishing video this weekend. I actually was in the SBS tournament, and we had to focus on the tournament. We did pretty well. We got second place for the rookie division there. Me and my friend John did okay on the Calicos. It was pretty awesome. But anyways, so today I just want to go over, I had a request for just a real quick rundown of what I use, basic setups, lures, stuff for the harbor fishing, for the bass, the halibut, and the barracuda we caught in the last video. You don't need a lot of stuff there. I mean, if I had, I'm going to show you basically what I would take if I only had a couple of things that I could take. I'm going to show you what I would use and what I would take down there. And you can use these from a boat, catch fish. You can catch fish from shore on these. It's just super simple, super basic. This is the basic setup. I'm going to show you the rod and reels combinations I use. And, that's pretty much it. You don't have to make, it's not rocket science. This is just the very basics. So we can go into more detail. If you have any other questions, you can message me on YouTube there. Just leave me a comment and I'll try to get back to you the best I can. I'm usually pretty good about it. But anyways, so I hope you liked this video. And again, thanks for watching. So here we go. This is the basic stuff that you need for the bay, for the bass. I use the 1/4 ounce ball head jigs right here. You can get those, they're very cheap. These actually are, I think, 9 in a package for, I don't know, a couple bucks. Pretty affordable. And you're going to lose jig heads if you're fishing structure and rocks and stuff. Just go cheap. You don't have to buy those super expensive ones, unless you want to. If you can afford it, hey man, more power to you. As far as lures, I like the Gulp Freshwater 4-inch Smelt Minnow. This color in particular is probably one of the hottest colors out there. Any of the other ones, the New Penny, the Nuclear Chicken, some of the anchovy colors, they all work. They all have their day. But this one seems to be very consistent. So that would be my choice if I had to pick just one. As far as line, I like the Seagar here that's 100% fluorocarbon. This is what I use in my bait caster. It's 10 pound. It's very abrasion resistant and super strong. I have no problems with this line. I really, really like it. If I had to recommend a line, this is what I would recommend. But this is what I use. I don't use the Seagar in my spinning reels. The spinner that I showed you, or I'm going to show you, is a 6-pound setup. I use 6-pound line. The P-line CXX is the extra abrasion, extra strong one. Granted, it's not fluorocarbon, but I don't seem to have any problems getting bit on it as far as the fish being line shy or anything like that. And it's plenty strong for the spinning reel. So that's probably, a good simple rundown of what you need. So there you go. As far as my bait casting setup, I have a 7-foot Cherrywood HD rod, medium heavy action. I use it with a Lew's Team Laser bait caster. This is actually a left-handed one. I like it left-handed. Most of them are right-handed, but I like the left-handed. Just more comfortable for me. Either way, but any setup like this will work in the harbor. You don't have to use this exact one, obviously. I just kind of get this because these are fairly affordable. If you can afford to get something super nice, do it for sure. But this is just a very basic standard, and it works great. I've caught hundreds of fish, thousands of fish probably even on this one setup here. So it is definitely one of my favorites. But 10-pound fluorocarbon line in there, a 1/4 ounce jig head, and you're ready to go. That's pretty much it. All right, so as far as my spinning setup, this is a 7-foot Enigma rod. It's probably medium action, medium heavy. Same as my bait caster. The reason I like the medium heavy is because I like to have the rod have some backbone through the bottom part of the rod here. and have a little bit more sensitivity at the tip. That way when you're jigging those lures, you have that sensitivity and feel it, but at the same time, you have that backbone when you go to set the hook into the fish. So if you get some of those rods that are too flimsy, you're going to set the hook and the rod just bends and you don't really get that hook into that fish. So that's what I always look for, is some backbone through the middle here, up to just past the middle, 3/4 of the way, and the very end is kind of sensitive, a little more whippy. So that's what I look for. It's a Mitchell 300 spinning reel. Pretty standard. You can get this at Walmart. It's like 45 bucks or something. I like it. It's real smooth. It's got like 3 bearings in it. And it's pretty good reel ratio as far as reeling it in. I use 6-pound test on this. Sometimes I use 8, but most of the time I like to use 6. I'm able to cast it a little bit farther. I get more line in the reel. And it's a little more sensitive. I can feel the lure a lot better. Besides, if I need to go heavier, I have my big caster, which I have the 10-pound test in. So that is my spinning rod setup. Again, the ball jig, same thing as I use on the big caster. Super simple, super easy. That's the easiest way to go. For my tip of the day, it's going to be rigging the plastic jerk shad on the lead head. This is probably one of the most important things about the fishing this. If you notice, I have that lure straight up and down on the jig head. Okay, it's very straight. If you look at the lure, it's not bent. It's almost perfectly straight. That's very important because when you're casting this out and reeling it in, you want it to run straight. You want it going crooked. It'll start to spin. It'll be very difficult to keep the line twist out of your line if you're reeling it in and it's spinning. So always try to line it up the best you can. If you look at, even on the top here, from the top angle, you can see it's right in the middle. Okay, that's what you got to do. You got to make sure you thread it straight through and that it's lined up. Okay, so that's what it should look like when you're if you have it rigged properly. So that's my tip of the day, is just make sure that you have that rigged straight. Might take a couple of times, a little bit of practice, but when you do it right, it makes all the difference in the world, and it will definitely increase your odds. That's my tip of the day.